Hey folks, so we're back for part 3 of this Medicare training series, and in this video we're going to talk about Medicare supplement plans, or what some people refer to as medigap plans. And as the name implies, medigap plans are designed to plug those gaps that we talked about in the first parts of Part A and Part B. And if you recall, Part A, we had talked about your hospitalization coverage and how basically you've got roughly for 2014, 2015, you've got a $1,260 deductible. Then depending on how long you're in the hospital versus if you get sent over to the skilled nursing or nursing home, you're going to have $157 roughly and 50 cents copay per day, days 21 through 100. You also may have some other coinsurances. Same within Part B. When we talked about Part B, you've got $147 deductible as well as each year. Plus, you've got your coinsurance of 80/20. So, 80% Medicare, 20% you. That may not sound like a lot, but 20% can add up when you get into the thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands. And believe it or not, folks, I've had clients that have gotten those, $20,000 and $30,000 bills and said, "Oh my God, how am I going to pay this stuff?" So anyway, Medicare supplements, Medigap plans, those are designed to help plug those gaps. And if you look at that ugly screen to the right, folks, the green screen, that there should be a Medicare supplement plan popping up right now chart. And it's probably going to be hard to read, so I placed the chart below the video, and you can just follow along the chart and kind of listen to my voice as we talk about the different supplement plans. And again, when you purchase a Medicare supplement plan, whether it's Plan A, Plan N, you can see there's a variety of about 10 different plans. Those are all standardized now, folks. So it doesn't matter if you bought your plan in Connecticut or California or wherever you reside. If you travel across the country, whether, like I said, whether you're in Connecticut, Kentucky, Florida, all of these plans, by law, by CMS, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, have to pay the same exact way. There is no differentiation. Years ago, these plans covered all different things. They varied from company to company. Not so anymore, folks. For many years now, they've been standardized. And again, plans A through N, like I said, whether you buy from XYZ company or ABC company or any company in between, all these plans have to cover the same types of claims and benefits. It's just the premium that you pay is going to vary from company to company, state to state. So in any event, let's take a look at a couple of different plans. And like I said, as I mentioned, all of these by law have to cover the same things. So it's just going to matter on what you pay per premium. And that's what you're going to want to investigate, folks. But, if you look at Plan A, for example, actually plans A, B, and C, let me draw your attention to those. Typically, people that are disabled, 65 and under, have access to plans A, B, and C. They can't get into a D or an F or a G or K or L. As of right now, typically, if you're under 65 and you're disabled, you're limited to plans A, B, or C. And you can check the chart out for yourself. And I'm just going to read off my notes here because even though I've been doing this for 16 years, I still don't have everything memorized. But you're going to see that plans A, B, and C cover, your Medicare Part A coinsurance, hospital costs, up to 365 days after Medicare benefits are used up. They're going to cover your Medicare Part B coinsurance or copay. They're also going to cover your blood, the first 3 pints. They're going to cover your Part A hospice care coinsurance or copayments. And then, after that, you can see that Part B is going to take over. It's going to cover your Medicare Part A deductible, whereas, Plan B is going to cover that part. Plan A is not going to cover that. Then you can see Plan C progresses further. Not only does it cover all the benefits we just talked about, but it also covers your skilled nursing facility care coinsurance, your Medicare Part A deductible, your Medicare Part B B deductible, your foreign travel if you went out of the country, up to plan limits. So, A, B, and C, they do a pretty good job of your core benefits. If you can afford it and you're under 65 and disabled, Plan C may be the way to go because it covers the lion's share. In other words, you really wouldn't have too many co-insurances that you'd have to come up with if you took out Plan C. Now, if you're over 65, and on Medicare, if you look at the plans below D, F, G, K, L, and M, and of course A, B, and C, any of those plans would be available to you for purchase. And a lot of people zero in on Plan F, and that's for good reason. Plan F, if you notice, every single box is check marked because Plan F virtually covers everything that you could think of for Medicare, any co-insurance or deductibles. Virtually with Plan F, you would have no co-insurance, no deductibles to meet because Plan F is like the Cadillac of the plans, as they call them, has been for years. And if you're going to go for a supplement and you can afford it, Plan F may be the way to go. Certainly in Connecticut, where I'm from, Plan F, without a doubt, Plan F is actually cheaper than plans A, B, or C in my state. And again, it differs throughout each state. Sometimes Plan A is going to be cheaper than Plan F in other states. Plan A could be more. Plan G, for example, that's another popular plan, and it's on the rise. If you look at Plan G compared to Plan F, the only box that isn't tick marked is the Medicare Part B deductible. In other words, with Plan G versus Plan F, Plan G, you're going to have to pay the first $147 per year for your Part B deductible. After that, though, G and F are identical. So a lot of people say, well, why would I want to go with Plan G over Plan F? In some states, Plan G is a lot cheaper than Plan F. So a lot of people say, hey, you know what? After I paid my premium and after I've met my $147 deductible per year with Plan G, I still save money over Plan F. So the only way for you to know that is if you get a quote from a reputable agent such as myself or anybody that you can find online or whatever, but you want to get a quote so that you can compare if F or G, if that's the way you were going to go, would be cheaper for you. Now, in my state, as I mentioned, in Connecticut, I've done the math and I've checked them out, and F still comes out ahead of G, even though G is a little bit less expensive than F in my particular state. G still, when you add in the $147 deductible, comes out slightly higher than Plan F. So you might as well go with Plan F in our case. But, if you go down south or out west, I know agents out that way that I have relationships with. In fact, I have relationships with agents in all 50 states. So if you want to get a quote, I could help you. But bottom line, a lot of agents are selling Plan G over F because G is just cheaper, like I said, even with that $147 deductible. Now, one of the new kids on the block, and I want to get into it, is Plan N. Plan N is very attractive. As you can see, it kind of mirrors plans F and G. The difference is, though, your Part B deductible, again, just like Plan G, you're going to have to meet that $147. Not a big deal. And then also, too, your Medicare Part B excess charges, would also not be covered. And I'll tell you what, I'll put some information below about what the Part B excess charges are. In other words, doctors are allowed to charge a certain percentage above what Medicare approves. It's not a huge amount, typically not a big deal, but some people do get concerned about it and they want that extra coverage. Plan F would cover it. Plan G would take over. Plan F, if you're a little bit more of a risk taker, Plan F might still be in line for you because typically Plan F is about almost $80 a month less expensive in my state than Plan F or Plan G. Like I said, the difference is you have to pay the $147, and the doctors reserve the right to charge you up to $20 copay per visit. So if you're somebody that doesn't see the doctors a whole heck of a lot, in other words, you go once or twice a year for, if you're not feeling well, you're not receiving, therapy every week, that type of thing. In other words, you're just somebody that uses Medicare when you're sick, and that's it. Plan N might be a nice solution for you because, like I said, it's a lot cheaper than Plan F or G typically in most states, including my state, Connecticut. And again, you're only going to pay up to $20. Doctors reserve the right. Some don't even charge that copay. And then you're on the hook for the $147 for your Part B premium, your Part B deductible, excuse me, and then any excess overages of what over what the Medicare approved amounts. The doctors may charge you. It's few and far between. It's not something that typically people run into, but like I said, F and G provide an extra layer of protection for that. So anyway, like I said, F, G, N, those are very attractive. If you're under 65, plans A, B, and C may be attractive if you're disabled. So really, you got to look at your particular situation, your particular state, and figure out what plan is going to be best for you. You can get a quote. If you look to the right, there should be a quote box there. You can get a quote from me and run comparisons of these plans, rates, that type of thing. One more thing to mention, folks, too, is that just like Part C Medicare Advantage plans, which you'll find out below, a lot of these med sups have an open enrollment period. When you first become eligible, turn 65, or become eligible for Medicare, you have an open enrollment period where you can enroll in these plans without any underwriting. In Connecticut, we're a little bit different. We have guarantee issue year-round. We don't have an open enrollment style period. We have no health underwriting questions, but we do pay for it because our premiums tend to be typically higher than in other states. And so again, it's something that you want to take a look at in your state because typically without going through underwriting, you can't just get in and out of these plans. So you want to make sure once you lock into a company, you want to look at what their rate increase history has been. You want to look at a variety of different things, what their health underwriting is like. Like I said, in Connecticut, not a big concern. Here, like I said, we're guarantee issue. You can switch month to month without any health underwriting. So we're unique in that not many states do that. So anyway, I think I've rambled on enough. I think you get the hint of what a Medicare supplement plan does, plugs your gaps in Medicare, and check out plans F and G or N. They're pretty neat. A lot of, I'm not pushing them. I'm just saying a lot of my customers go after them, and that's for good reason. So anyway, I'm done talking, and I will see you in video 4, which is should be Part D, prescription drug coverage, which is going to be another nice video, and hopefully you get a lot out of it. Thanks so much, folks. We'll talk to you soon.